Clark County Today is presented by Cano Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting canorealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Chris Brown here with your Tuesday edition of Clark County Today video update. We have some developing news this afternoon out of North Clark County. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says 2 people were killed when their vehicle struck a tree along Lucia Falls Road near Lucia Falls Regional Park just before noon today. That road was closed for several hours while officers from the Clark County Traffic Unit investigated. Now, due to road conditions and safety concerns, members of the media were not allowed near the collision scene. More information on the investigation will be released when it becomes available, so watch for updates at clarkcountytoday.com and on our social media channels. In COVID-19 news, Clark County Public Health reported 26 additional positive test results today. That follows on 80 new cases and 2 additional fatalities over the weekend, bringing the overall total to 2,325 confirmed cases, as well as 45 fatalities. Hospitalization rates have remained relatively steady, with 19 confirmed and 7 suspected cases in Clark County hospitals. The rate of new cases per 100,000 residents has fallen a bit to just under 75 over the past 2 weeks, but that's still 3 times higher than the rate necessary to qualify for a move into phase 3 of the state's reopening process. In a 5-2 vote, Vancouver City Council decided last night to approve a 20-year redevelopment plan for a 63-acre section of the Heights District. The central Vancouver area is home to the former Tower Mall site, which the city purchased in 2017 with hopes of eventually creating a new 20-minute neighborhood. Neighbors urged the council to wait and approve the development plan at the same time as they created a new Heights District zoning overlay for the area, but most of the councilors said the plan, which has been over 2 years in the making, has already been changed significantly due to public feedback and could continue to be adjusted as necessary. The city has reduced initial plans for residential units, lowered the maximum height of buildings next to existing neighborhoods, and most recently implemented parking requirements that will include more spaces for developments next to current homes. The 20-year plan calls for hundreds of new jobs and more than 1,300 residential units in the area, as well as significant changes to area streets to reduce traffic and create more walkable neighborhoods. Earlier this month, 2 families and many friends across the county experienced a tremendous tragedy after a Ridgefield youth pastor and an 11-year-old boy both drowned in an accident on the Columbia River. Our Jacob Grandeman was the first reporter to speak with the families about how they're coping with that tremendous loss.
Thanks, Chris. This is a story that has really touched and impacted a lot of people across Clark County, including myself. It was on August 6th that youth pastor from Ridgefield, Andy Inskeep, and a young man from La Center who was going to that retreat, Brandon Raleigh, both were drowned in a tragic accident when some students were on a sandbar very close to the shoreline and it gave out under the undercurrent. Both of them lost their lives while they were trying to either be rescued or rescue people in Andy's case. The families really had the opportunity when we spoke with them to share some of the positive memories they had about their family, but also to assure the community that they had the utmost support for the people that tried to rescue their son and Andy, who was one of those people. They got to share about some of the miracles that have taken place in the last couple weeks since the tragedy, just in their own families, in their church families, because it's impacted not only the church in Ridgefield, but also the church that Brandon's family goes to in Woodland. So if you'd like to learn more about it and just be encouraged by what they say is the peace of God that has carried them through this, be sure to check out our full story at clarkcountytoday.com.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you telling that story. The future of recreational marijuana will be a hotly contested issue in Cannabis, but maybe not in time for this election season. The group Cannabis for Cannabis Access gathered nearly 2,400 signatures to get Initiative 1 on the ballot, which would overturn a 2015 moratorium on marijuana-related businesses in Cannabis, approved 5-2 by the City Council at that time. Tara Pitchford with Cannabis for Cannabis Access says the signatures were turned over to City Council, who passed them along to the county auditor, but the process may delay getting the initiative on the ballot in time. Meanwhile, the group Washingtonians Against Legalizing Marijuana is building their argument against that initiative, including posting signs around town and sharing a recently developed documentary on their website. To learn more, be sure to check out our full story at clarkcountytoday.com. Vancouver Public Schools will soon be on the hunt for new leadership. Superintendent Stephen Webb informed the district's board of directors that he plans to retire but not until July 1st of 2022. That will mark Webb's 14th year at the helm of Vancouver Public Schools. The early announcement of Webb's impending retirement is consistent with past superintendent changes at VPS and designed to allow for a thorough vetting process for the next leader. Webb was recognized as the top superintendent in Washington State back in 2016 and was a top 4 finisher for the national award. Since 2011, the district's on-time graduation rate has improved from 72% to 85% last year. Webb also helped pass 5 operating levies and 2 technology levies, which have generated over $650 million in local revenue for the district. He also helped pass a $563 million bond measure to build new schools, including the recently opened iTech Preparatory School, as well as the Innovation, Technology, and Arts Elementary School, among others. The community of Battleground lost a local icon earlier this month. Hundreds showed up to celebrate his life this past weekend in a style that Gary Livingston would have been proud of. Our Paul Valencia was there.
When you live your life showing others love and respect, when you die, those friends will show you love and respect, celebrating your life with your passions. Gary Livingston loved Battleground and he loved cars. So his son organized a cruise-in, and all of Battleground, it seemed, showed up to pay tribute to Gary Livingston.
Hey, thank you guys for being here. And thank you everybody for being here.
I almost said it. There's a ton of people out here waiting to do this cruise thing for my dad. It's a good memory. I can't do this because I'm about to start crying.
So, anyway, what better way to honor somebody who has impacted so many lives than Gary Livingston? But if you zoomed around to see all this, these are all the people that Gary impacted. He's an amazing man. He's an amazing man. I wish it didn't come to this, but here we are today. Thank you, you guys. Thank you, God, and thank you, Gary.
All right, thanks so much for that report, Paul, and to Gary for all you meant to Battleground. Well, from the looks of this car versus dump truck collision that happened Monday morning in Vancouver, it's remarkable. Things didn't turn out much worse. The crash happened around 7:30 in the morning on Patton Parkway near 152nd Avenue. Fire crews found a car with the passenger side completely ripped off after it collided with a dump truck carrying 35 tons of dirt. The female driver of the car was helped by the driver of the dump truck until fire crews arrived and could get her out of the wreckage. She was transported to Peace Health Southwest Medical Center, but miraculously is expected to recover. The dump truck driver also suffered minor injuries in the crash, but will also be okay. And lastly, a word on the weather. Hopefully you survived our little heat wave over the weekend. The National Weather Service said that we got to a high of 98 on Saturday, 94 on Sunday. We topped 90 again yesterday. But things are cooling off today and Wednesday with a chance of showers even Thursday into Friday before things warm up a bit again next weekend. But it could be worse. Of course, Death Valley in California reportedly hit 130 degrees on Saturday, one of the hottest temps on record. And that's your Tuesday edition of the Clark County Today video update. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. You can also send us story ideas and feedback through email, news@clarkcountytoday.com. For all of us, I'm Chris Brown. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back with you again this same time tomorrow.